We are talking about Islamic demons or jinns. I know it's not the same thing exactly, but it's the closest translation, okay? Sue me. But I don't. Okay, so can I even read this title? I don't know what the rules are on YouTube, but I'm not going to read it, even though he's going to say it himself. I'm not going to read it just not to add to it because I know YouTube doesn't like it when we say stuff like this. You guys see what I'm highlighting? You guys see what I'm highlighting? I'm highlighting this thing, okay? I'm not going to read it, okay? So it's oh, maybe I could. What is it? What was the name Marco came up for this word? Um, struggle snuggle, struggle snuggle. Okay, yeah, I think that was the word. So basically, the title says a jinn, which is basically kind of like a demon in Islam. A jinn struggle snuggles her every night. That's the translation. Um, okay, so the live chat is here. Wow, it's so amazing how most of our live chat is members. Wow, look at the dedication, guys. You guys are so awesome. Thank you so much. And Soha and AGR, as always, are confirming that the audio is good. Thank you. And also reminding everybody that if you want me to read your comments to either be a member or tag Atheist Republic. Okay, I'll try to pay attention. Luke is here as well. Okay. All right. So let's see what this video is about. Guys, is snuggle struggle a good word for the R word? Because I can't say the R word. It's YouTube. Don't blame me. It's YouTube's fault. Okay? Sounds great. By the way, this guy looks like a less attractive version of you. What the hell? Yes. Thank you, Soha, for reminding everybody. Wow, we have such an active live chat. You guys are awesome. Okay, guys, if you're watching this video later, that means I don't know why. But hit the bell. Make sure you're subscribed, but also hit the notification bell so you could join us live. So you're part of the conversation. Okay. I try to highlight as many comments, especially if you're a member, especially if you tag Atheist Republic, like Soha is saying, or if you're on Twitch. Follow us on Twitch. Link in the description. Anyways, let's watch this video.
Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala
Whoa, is this like triple speed or something? Hold on, let me fix this for you guys. I know most of you don't have your minds are slow, so I have to play this at normal speed for you guys, okay?
Alhamdulillah,
Alhamdu Iblis.
wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah, amma ba'd, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Brothers and sisters, welcome back to Nasiha Sessions. This is the weekly advice show every Thursday night where I try my best to give you advice for problems that you might be going through. You guys email me in at nasihasession@gmail.com. The email address is below, and I try my best to provide advice if it's within my ability. Usually the kind of stuff that I respond to is the kind of stuff that is so difficult for you to find advice for, because you can't really talk to people about this stuff. This is real private, real personal, real deep stuff that some might even feel quite embarrassed and uncomfortable about, even if it come even asking some of their closest and most beloved people. So they can email me in an anonymous fashion, and I'll try my best to answer. Now, before I begin, I do want to mention as a disclaimer that this video is based on an advice that a sister requested for her problem, which is quite graphic, which I'm going to mention because there are a few people that go through this, and they might not be going through the exact same thing, but they might be going through similar things. For that reason, I'm going to mention what her problem is, inshallah ta'ala. But if you're a person who's easily offended or you might feel uncomfortable, then this is an opportunity for you to close the video and not watch it, to save yourself having to get upset and offended throughout the duration of the video. But I would at the same time recommend that you do watch it for educational purposes, because this is becoming an increasingly common problem in various different forms, perhaps not in the exact form that she's experiencing it, but in other forms. So the advice that I give will be applicable to the various different forms that this problem kind of manifests itself in. May Allah protect you. It might be something that you go through, and prevention is better than cure. Or you might come across someone.
Okay, guys, this is serious advice. Okay, pay attention so that this doesn't happen to you. Let's see what is it that support. What is this that we're trying to prevent? Prevention is better than cure. So let's see. This could, if this hasn't happened to you, it doesn't mean that it can't happen to you. It might happen to you. So let's see what it is.
I don't know someone who's going through the same thing, and you'll be able to benefit them if you learn. So the sister basically emails in and mentions,
By the way, sister just means like a woman, a Muslim woman.
know someone who's going through the
These people sound like commies, and there's a good reason for that.
same thing, and you'll be able to benefit them if you learn. So the sister basically emails in and mentions that she has been experiencing some jinn activity at night.
Jinn activity. That sounds funny. By the way, guys, I'm gonna tell you more about jinns versus demons and shayateen and where the devil comes in, or how are there multiple devils, one devil, what are the jinns. We're gonna, if we get to it, if we have enough time, we're gonna get into that by the end of this video, and I will show you the evidence for it as well.
In the
So yeah,
basically emails in and mentions that she has been experiencing some jinn activity at night in the early hours of the morning when she is trying to sleep. She mentions that there is a figure that comes and it has sex with her. It sexually assaults her. It rapes her. And she mentions that this
could happen to you. You have no idea. It could happen to you. So this is very important advice for you to pay attention to, okay? As he said, his prevention is better than cure, okay? You might think this is weird and funny, okay? But you're going to regret not listening to this when you wake up one day, realize that you've been struggled by Jen. All right, sorry. $5, €5 super chat. Thank you so much by Kenny Demeter. Jinn with a G activity. No, JINN. You know, the jinn from Islam is where genie and lamb, genie and Aladdin. That's the same jinn because Aladdin is like Arabic, so yeah. Jinn activity is mostly menstruation period by blind faith logic. Okay. Deborah, what are you trying to tell us, Deborah? Deborah keeps saying, I'm waiting for these. Deborah, I kept on saying, like, before the stream started, you were saying that, yeah, where are these Jews? Why are they not? What are you trying to tell us, Deborah? Huh? Are you trying to share something with the rest of us? Deborah, we're becoming suspicious here. Deborah's like, so I was saying it's not just funny, it's hilarious. No, guys, this is serious advice, okay? Just take this seriously. You're laughing right now. You're gonna regret not paying attention to this.
is occurring on a daily basis. Every day she comes and gets raped by this figure. Now, some people, may be familiar with this kind of thing, but some may be familiar on a bit of a lesser scale. There's something that people call sleep paralysis, which is when you're sleeping at night and you kind of, you can't move, you can't control anything or whatever have you.
Oh yeah, and don't they feel like there's somebody sitting on their chest and looking at them? Oh, what a great excuse for Islam to say that's jinn.
That's usually when a jinn comes and
yeah. You guys are sneaky. Good job finding a way to like insert Islam into things that are real.
It messes with you at night. And that's something that a lot of people have experienced, probably at least at one point in their life. Some people, they experience it more commonly than others. And for some people, it's quite a consistent problem.
Lee saying, are these jinns bisexual? I like the mornings.
And reoccurring problem that happens. Now, this is that kind of a problem, okay? In cases that are a bit more serious, the person might actually be physically assaulted by being like beaten or hit by this particular spirit, by this evil jinn, this evil shaitan, this demon that comes to them at night. And in also an extreme.
KJ saying, can jinns have sex with Sexy Kelly? No, those bones around Sexy Kelly's neck, the necklace, those are jinn bones. So Sexy Callie has gins for breakfast.
And serious case, as the sisters, there are cases where there are women that actually have been raped by such a spirit, such a demon. And this is something that we're starting to see is becoming a common phenomenon, as there is
#MeToo, right?
even a video that was recently put online about a woman who explains that she's actually, engaging in sexual activity with a ghost.
They should do it. What happened to this video? What the hell? They should do a Me Too campaign and complain about these gins.
That we're starting to see is becoming a common phenomenon, as there is even a video that was recently put online about a woman who explains that she's actually, engaging in sexual activity with a ghost.
Sex?
Yeah, I had sex with the ghost.
Oh, that was what the hell? Just jumped into this? What is this? British Pakistani atheist saying, do jinns have bones? Actually, that's a very good point. I don't know. No, they don't. They're made out of smokeless fire, so they can't have bones. Why did this all of a sudden turn blurry? I know I did turn blurry and just said started talking sex. Hold on, what?
Explains that she's actually, engaging in sexual activity with a ghost.
Sex?
Yeah, I had sex with the ghost.
With a ghost?
Yeah. Yes. But you can't wrap your arms.
Why does the whole thing blurry? This is an interview on a TV. They went from just making parts of the female body blurry and like this. And screw it. Let's make the whole screen blurry. Look at this. Why is the whole thing blurry? Is it for copyright issues or just there was a woman here?
Around a ghost.
No.
So how physically how does the sex bit happen?
You can still feel it. Like it felt, it's difficult to explain.
Like a weight.
It's kind of a weight, but at the same time weightless and like a physical, there's the breath.
Yeah, I remember this interview. We covered it on Atheist Republic's news section. There was this woman who said that she was having sex with ghosts. And now they connect everything. Like ghosts, apparently the ghost from the Western culture is now just demons that Islam always talked about. The jinns that Islam always talked about. Right? They just want to this is cultural appropriation. So what was referred to a ghost in Western culture, they're like, oh yeah, those are the jinns that we were always saying.
And stroking and the energy as well. I think the energy was a lot to do with it. Do you feel a connection?
And does a sexual experience with a ghost end in orgasm?
For me, yeah.
Gosh, so wow.
And fan for the ghost?
Wait, so this woman who we cannot see had orgasms with the ghost. So doesn't she seem like she's complaining? I don't know if this is an accurate title. British Pakistani atheist saying, if they are made out of smokeless fire, how are they able to penetrate? Islam debunked. British Pakistani atheists asking the most important questions. Yeah, you're right. Oh wait, there's Luke also saying, if they're made out of smokeless fire, wouldn't struggle be extremely painful? Good point. Coco is saying, well, what's the punishment for the jinn, and what is it, Muslim or what? Oh yeah, actually, we'll get to that.
I just hope so.
Now, of course, we don't have any textual evidence to substantiate the claim of ghosts being present.
Actually, let's be careful here, okay? If somebody abused you because I said she's not complaining because she had an orgasm. No. Guys, if you were somebody forced themselves on you, right? And you had an orgasm, that doesn't mean that your traumatic experience and the abuse was not an abuse, okay? So let's not dismiss the people who are a target of that kind of abuse that I cannot mention, right? I mean, this guy already mentioned a couple of times, so we're going to probably get penalized for that. But the R word, okay? If somebody abuse you in that way and you had an orgasm, just understand, because a lot of people then psychologically go through this traumatic experience because they hate the experience, but they feel shame at the same time because they had an orgasm. That's nothing that was in your control, and you were still a victim of abuse, okay? If you please don't let that, and I know a lot of people won't share that because they think that dismisses their complaint and dismisses the fact that they were abused against their will, it shouldn't. Okay, you were abused, you were a victim, you don't feel like you don't get to complain.
But the way that we would interpret such an incident based on the textual evidences we have is that is a jinn that comes and actually has sexual intercourse with this woman. And this is something that we've heard about, even the kuffar have experienced it, and we're starting to get more common reports from sisters who are educated with regards to the world of the jinn, and they know there's a jinn that's trying to rape me. And even there have been cases where brothers have been assaulted physically. Sometimes it can also be sexually by such a filthy spirit, such a demon, during their sleep. Now, she mentions this is becoming an increasingly common problem. She tried to speak to her mother about it, but her mother kind of just blew her off and passed it over and just said that basically she's just kind of experiencing this and feeling like this because she just wants to have sex. So that's kind of just like her mind playing games on her, making her think, because she's just getting desperate. Which is obviously not the case for her.
How do you know? You're not a mental health expert. Oh yeah, obviously not the case. Based on your years of experience in what? Islamic studies? You're not a mental health expert. You cannot just say obviously that wasn't the case.
Adamant that that's not the case. She's actually feeling this, and she wakes up in the morning. There have been cases where people actually find.
Well, we have a new member. Kenny Demeter is a new member. Thank you so much. Welcome to the family, Kenny Demeter. Yes, guys, I am contractually obligated to highlight every comment that of a member who uses the tag Atheist Republic. Okay, so thank you so much, Kenny Demeter, for being a member. AJ is saying thank you for this. No, it's not a super chat. It's a new member, but same. Thank you.
Discharge between their legs, the kind of discharge that.
Wait, what happened? Discharge between legs? What the hell?
And she wakes up in the morning. There have been cases where people actually find discharge between their legs, the kind of discharge that occurs when a person has engaged in sexual intercourse. Now, generally speaking, that could just be that you had a wet dream. But if you are actually experiencing the feeling of being raped, you're actually feeling the pain, you're actually feeling the physical feeling that comes along with it. Sometimes that can happen in a dream, and then you wake up with the physical bruising and the physical kind of thing. Or it might not be a dream. It could actually be that you actually are experiencing it while you're awake, but you're in a state of almost sleep paralysis where you can't do anything, or you feel kind of weak, and you're just basically being overpowered, and it's basically doing that with you. Now, she mentioned.
So here's I was told as a kid that every time we have a wet dream, you just basically had sex with jinns. And I was always wanted to know, as a teenage boy, I wanted to know, it's weird, okay, I know this is weird, but my main question was like, as a teenage boy, the jinns that I had sex with without knowing, my highest priority with that information was, are they girls and are they hot, right? So that's what I wanted to know. That's what I wanted to know, because I don't know, like that would made a lot of difference.
That she started to pray, and when she started to pray, it got a bit better in the sense that she can't now see the figure raping her, but she still feels the figure raping her. And every day she still has to do this ghusl and cleaning herself and having to take her out of this major ritual impurity by doing the ghusl.
The recluse is saying, well, they are made out of fire, so they're pretty hot. Yes, literally. Luke is saying for fire. Yes.
Which is the bath of purity, to uplift yourself from major ritual impurity. She wants to now know how this filthy act could come to an end. She wants to know how this can be stopped. Now, before I made this video, bearing in mind, I've personally heard other incidences. I used to know a person who had a girlfriend. He came to me and he told me that his girlfriend is experiencing a similar thing where she feels that something is touching her. She might just be sitting in her house at home, and she feels that something is touching her in her intimate regions, And of course, having a girlfriend is haram. But if something is touching her in
Of
her
course, having a girlfriend is haram.
intimate regions and causing her to reach an orgasmic state, basically. And this is something that we've heard. But the thing is, I wanted
Hey, he seems like he's threatening. Okay, here. No, I shouldn't say that. I was gonna say something and I stopped myself.
And of course, having a girlfriend is haram.
Wait.
But if something is touching feels that something is touching her, she might just be sitting in her house at home, and she feels that something is touching her in her intimate regions. And of course, having a girlfriend is haram.
Wait, what did having a girlfriend being sinful have to do with anything we're talking? We're talking about demons. She feels like demons touching her in her private places or jinns, and he's saying, of course, having a girlfriend is haram. What? Wait, did I miss something? What does that got to do with what we're talking about? Is he talking to the jinns now? He's telling the jinns that this is haram? Do jinns watch YouTube?
But something is touching her in her intimate regions and causing her to reach an orgasmic state, basically. And this is something that we've heard. But the thing is, I wanted to double check. I wanted to, make sure that this is something that the professionals who deal with issues of magic and evil eye and jinn possession and whatnot. And
No, okay. I don't only highlight member comments. I just mostly highlight member comments. Okay, I can't just highlight every single. You know how hard it is for me to pay attention to the live chat and do these live streams at the same time. Okay, I can't just look at I'm one person here. Okay, that's why I have to pay attention to member comments more. I try to pay attention to other comments as well, but it's easier to notice member comments. Okay, I'm one person here. Okay, I'm listening to this. I'm reading the live chat. I'm highlighting it. I'm answering your questions. What do you want me to do?
I wanted to see if this is an issue that they've actually dealt with on a professional level. So I got in touch with Ustad Muhammad Timhambu, Hafidhullah Ta'ala, who is an expert in the field of ruqya and exorcism pertaining to the Islamic sciences and how Islam deals with it, because that's really the only way to deal with it. In fact, it is the only way to deal with it. Anything else is leading to kufr or shirk. And he was trained by one of the best, if not the best, sheikh who is trained in the science of ruqya and dealing with magic, and that's Sheikh Adil al-Muqbil, hafidhahullah ta'ala. So
he's bringing authority figures into this game.
He's a qualified person that I was asking, and I basically sent him the sister's question. I said, is this something that you've actually experienced people having to do with? Have you dealt with cases like this? Because I didn't want it to be a thing where people were actually just having a kind of an imagination where I've been in situations where people come to me and said, bro, I need ruqya, I've got this, I've got that, I've got this, I've got that. But really, a lot of the times it's just them being paranoid, even though a lot of the times it's not, but that could be the case. So I wanted to double check, is this something that happens? And he mentioned this is something that does happen in the sense.
And how do you tell the difference between imagination and a real jinn? There's no way you could identify. There's no way you guys could have any methods to identify between. It's almost as if they're all the same.
It's where we've got numerous reports from people saying.
Numerous reports of people saying, "Oh, that clears it. Then that's your evidence." Okay.
That they've experienced this, and these reports seem to be authentic.
Personal experiences. But that's just pure evidence right there.
Not only that, he said that which we know about the jinn, it is very consistent with what we know about the jinn, that they could be doing something like this.
It's not consistent at all. The experiences of people that have with ghosts and demons and spirits, if you look at the reports of what they have seen, it really depends on where they are. If they're in Europe, it looks more like the demons that they have. Okay, before the internet and media mix everything together, if you went to people in, the spirits that came to the Native Americans looked exactly what was described in their stories and culture. And then you went to Western Europe and asked them to the spirits that they came to, it looked exactly like the devils with the horn and everything that their stories were about. And then when you went to the Arabs and talked about the things that they saw as evil spirits and stuff, it looked completely different and very much similar to the stories that they're used to. So they didn't look like each other at all. It looked like a reflection of the stories that they grew up with. But now with the internet and the movies and now everyone's imagery of evil spirits is just getting copied from each other faster than it used to before. I mean, it used to be copied before as well, but not. So now all of a sudden, Arabs are saying spirits with horns on them, even though on their head, even though that was like a Christian thing, like like Christians' understanding of what is pagan and anti-Christian. And now, like, especially because American culture dominated the world, so the understanding of ghosts and spirits and demons all of a sudden started looking more and more like what Christians, what Dante and other people with Christian backgrounds consider to be demonic. The imagery of what they consider to be demonic, and what the imagery of what they consider to be demonic is copied from what used to be holy in religions before Christianity around the Roman Empire. So they got like the fork from some of the gods and the horns from some other gods and the hooves from other divine figures. So everything, things that used to be holy, or like cats became demonic because that's like, I don't know, Egyptian stuff. Anything that was used to be holy or divine all of a sudden became witchcraft and satanic, right? And that was the Christian, so basically Christians just grouped everything not Christian into pagan or satanic or witchcraft, right? So it was not like these all other religions and Christianity being one of them. It was Christianity and everything else anti-Christian, right? But that was the understanding of Christians of what's anti-Christian or satanic. And now Muslims and a whole bunch of other people, because of the dominance of American culture around the globe, are being influenced by that imagery. Like, Dante and everybody else, right?
It makes sense. Like, this is not something that goes beyond the scope of that which we understand and have understood about the jinn from the textual evidences.
Littlefinger saying the spirits have different species. Asian spirits which are good at math, American spirits which are overweight. Hey, no, cut it out.
So then he sent me an article, inshallah ta'ala, which I'm going to mention some of the points that he mentions on how a person can deal with such a problem and prevent it from occurring. So those of you who are safe from this, alhamdulillah, you should be doing this anyway. If not all the things, at least a lot of the things on the article, because a lot of it is just daily practice that a Muslim should be engaging in anyway. Some of it is specific stuff for the problem. But those of you who are experiencing, sleep paralysis or, sexual activity at night or assault or
guys,
attacks,
imagine, having sleep paralysis, and you're getting your advice from this guy. Like, please tell me that. Imagine getting your advice from somebody with no experience, and whoever he sees as authority has no experience in mental health, and they're looking at ancient scripture. They're looking at the goat herder's guide to the galaxy, written by people that had no understanding of how the mind works or how anything works, into fixing modern problems, like problems that we have way better solutions to. Like, again, the cost of religion is not just like suicide boom boom. Can I say that instead of what YouTube doesn't like? Or like war and what was it? Terry attacks. Again, I can't say the word because YouTube. These are not the main cost of religion. The opportunity cost, bad advice like this, people getting, information to navigate their lives based on an understanding of reality that doesn't match objective reality, is like all the costs associated with these little things together adds up to a lot more misery than what you see on the news, right? Exactly, that is one of the core reasons why superstition and religion is harmful. Yeah, exactly. Again, that's something that doesn't get enough attention. A lot of people think like cost of religion. Oh, Islam, boom, boom. Oh, Christianity. Oh, priests doing things to children. I mean, those gets covered on headline news, like, and stuff like that. But the added aggregate cost of religion as a whole, is these small little things, which actually is not small when it comes to individuals' lives, added together, it adds up to a lot more, and people don't understand how significant the opportunity cost here is.
From the jinn, the evil jinn of any nature at night, in the form of nightmares, in the form of being beaten or touched or whatever have you, then you need to be doing these things as well, inshallah ta'ala. So I'm going to mention what he mentioned in his article, and I'm going to post the article below the video so you can check it as well. But before I do that, I want to give you guys a kind of, introduction to this whole issue. Sometimes people end up getting possessed or having magic or jinn coming to them because someone sends magic over to them. Sometimes it's due to sins. Sometimes it's due to the fact that the shaitan or the jinn just took a liking to you.
Aww. Wait, what if the shaitan didn't struggle us, and just like a rose or like a cute message somewhere, and like is that possible? I mean, if some of them are doing the R thing, they're doing this struggle thing, is it possible that some of them just like are, if they have a crush on you or if they're in love with you, they do, I heard they're good jinns. So is it possible that you just wake up and somebody just like on your mirror, they like put a heart symbol and they just leave your nose, or you just wake up and you see like your breakfast was made for you, and then you go eat breakfast and then you come to do your bed and you see your bed was made for you and there's a piece of chocolate left on the pillow? Is that possible as well, or they just like struggle? Is that the only way?
But you didn't take preventative measures to protect yourself. So I'm not going to address the first one about the issue of magic, because we've got that in other videos, and on the Muslim on the Knowledge College, which is an online Islamic Studies Institute, I've got a whole course on how to do ruqya on a person who's possessed or evil eye or suffering from magic. Okay, so you can go to that on the link below and sign up, and it's on one of the bonus courses there. But I want to address the issue of getting attacked or possessed or whatever have you, or jinn messing with you due to your sins, or due to you maybe not sinning, but also at the same time not protecting yourself from the evil spirits that could be around. Let's talk about the issue of sins first. Brothers and sisters, there is a principle in our religion, al-jaza'u min jinsil amal. A person will be
okay, here's the thing. Why not take self-defense classes? I mean, if you're being physically abused, that means that they can touch you. So if they can touch you, you can touch them.
A person will be given that which he done. So if a person is sinning, then that person is opening themselves up for the consequences that come as a result of a sin. Some of these and these consequences a lot of the time are punishments, but at the same time, it's like if you do something wrong, something bad is going to happen. If I stab myself in the chest, I will bleed. If I jump off a building, I will fall. Do you see what I'm saying?
Guys, don't do that, okay?
If you do certain sins, rather any sins, there are certain direct consequences that happen as a result of that. One of those such consequences is that the protection of Allah, there is a veil that is protecting you, that is the protection of Allah, it is removed from you because of.
I've seen I've seen that in World of Warcraft, right? There's like a shield of protection. I think you need a priest in your party if you want, like either Allah or a priest in your party. I don't know how much mana that takes, but a good priest is always important in your raids
Of your sins. For example, the Prophet ﷺ told us that people who engage in sexual activity when they're not married, or they might be married but they have sexual
yes, paladin or priest, either one works.
Activity with someone who they're not married with, they're having an affair, they're doing adultery, then what happens is that the person's iman actually comes out of their body at that time. The person's iman, your Islam, it leaves
Iman means faith for people who don't know.
your body at that time.
I mean, isn't that the conclusion that you could get? Like, oh, your faith is why is your sinning or your faith is weak? So imagine telling somebody that has having such a traumatic mental breakdown and is trying to fix themselves, is trying to seek help, like this this is happening to me, right? And they're hallucinating and they need help, they need psychological help, and this guy is telling them, it might be because you're sinning or because your faith is not strong and you lost your protective shield of Allah. So it's kind of like blaming the victim. It's like blaming the victim even though you're not a victim of anything. This is blaming the victim to a much higher level. Yeah, this is like the worst thing you could say to somebody that needs mental help, that, oh yeah, you might be at fault here. Isn't that's like really dangerous advice? Oh, Luke is saying we need to call the Jinn Busters. Yeah. Oh my God. Quick, everyone, grab your local priest for protection. Imagine, yeah.
Man is gone, which means you're not being protected. The worst case is that you die in that state. The angel of death takes your soul and you're not in a state of Iman.
My God, imagine dying with that Iman or faith.
But from a lesser case, which is still severe, is that you could at that time be very easily possessed. When people are engaging in sexual intercourse, your Iman is gone. You've basically thrown over your shoulder the protective barrier that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has placed between you and the evil spirits.
Guys, this is so evil, right? Remember how I told you so many times that these salespeople like this, they go and find real problems people have, and they try to use that as an opportunity to sell Islam. This is one of those examples. He's like using this psychological problem that a lot of people are suffering from as a way to smuggling Islam, and also to scare other people who are not suffering psychologically from this problem. This is a real psychological issue that a lot of people have. But if you're having it, they're like, oh, you know what you need? You need more Islam. They're using people's mental health problems to sell Islam. And if you don't have this problem, they're like, look, all these people are having this problem. You could be next. You need more Islam. You need more Iman. You need Allah in your life. This is taking advantage of people's mental health problems to sell Islam. This is evil.
And you basically said, come to me. You've invited them. And that's the case with any sin. But specifically, I want to highlight this issue of sex because we live in a day and age of filth and corruption where people are watching pornography, masturbating, having sex with their boyfriends or their girlfriends. Or
oh my God, look at these horrible things he's listing.
And that's the case with any sin. But specifically, I want to highlight this issue of sex because we live in a day and age.
We live in a day and age that what are the horrible things people are doing?
Of filth and corruption.
Filth and corruption, guys. What is this filth and corruption? Let's see.
Where people are watching pornography.
Oh no.
Masturbating.
Oh no. Think about the countless number of people who are being harmed because you just masturbated in your private area. Oh my God, the damage that this is causing to society. What else?
Having sex with their boyfriend.
Having sex with the person they're in a relationship with. Oh no, the humanity. Oh my God, save these people somehow. Oh my God, I was a bit laughing at shaitan regime.
Friends or their girlfriends or
their girlfriends.
Sometimes not even a boyfriend, girlfriend. It's a random chick.
Random chick. Sometimes it's not even their boyfriend. Like they're just having fun because they want consensual adults to having fun with each other. Oh no!
Just have sex with her. A random guy just have sex with him. Maybe it's not the complete sexual intercourse, but they're giving each other oral sex. They're touching.
Oral sex? No! Stop it! Just stop!
Each other in inappropriate places. Their lips in, snogging.
What the? This is tragic.
Sexual intercourse, but they're giving each other oral sex. They're touching each other in inappropriate places.
They're touching each other in inappropriate places. What else?
Lips in, snogging, kissing, all that.
Snogging, kissing. Oh no!
Falls up into this because it's an evil sin and it all comes under the category of what you would call fahsha.
Fahisha. Yes, I heard this before.
Fahsha, which means filthy evil acts. Filthy evil acts. Okay?
Filthy. You guys are filth. Kissing each other, touching each other in inappropriate places, giving each other oral sex, sometimes not even with your boyfriends and your girlfriends, and just with other adults who are consenting that you do these things to each other and having fun. You disgust me, all of you. You disgust me.
Filth, disgusting, lewd acts, obscene acts, sexual kind of perversions. That awful.
Yeah, sexual perversion. Unlike our prophet, who had a 9-year-old girl and did married her when she was 6, and then had. I can't even say that on YouTube. I can't even see. YouTube ruins everything. YouTube just ruins everything. Okay, you know what the prophet did. You know what their prophet is. They calling these stuff that consenting adults having fun with each other and enjoying life. This short life that we have. How much harmless pleasure do we get in this life, right? How old do we get to be? 70 years. What are these pleasures that this life has to offer? We have food, we have sex, we have friendship, we have intellectual discussions, reading books. There's not much, guys. There's just a few things where we have like learning new things, meeting new people, having sex with people that we're attracted to. I mean, these people are ruining it, and like we're trying to find out how to have fun without harming anybody, and they're like, these are disgusting, fascia, you degenerates, you pieces of garbage. And then they have a prophet that actually managed to have the most disgusting, vile, harmful way of satisfying these desires with a 9-year-old girl. And they're talking about the prophet. These people celebrate a prophet that took sex slaves, people, women who were married, they captured in war, and they had sex with them against their own will. And they dare shame the rest of us for having fun without harming anybody. Like, the amount of hypocrisy here, I can't believe the audacity these people have to come look at you and tell you that you're disgusting for enjoying life without hurting anybody, without doing it in a way that is completely consensual, and while celebrating while celebrating people and ideas and teachings that was the exact opposite, that teaches you that you could satisfy these desires, I mean, in the most violent, disgusting ways. I mean, these people need to look into a mirror before they point to the finger at anybody else. These people have no business telling you that you're disgusting. If these teachings, whether Christianity or Islam, if they have ever made you ashamed of any feelings or any desires that you had, where it didn't involve children, where it didn't involve doing anything to people who did not consent, then you should look at they harmed you. Every shame that you felt because of these people and these teachings is them harming you. These people owe you a life that could have been a healthy sex life that could have gone without any guilt and any shame, that you could have, if you grew up under these teachings and you have spent a lot of years with shame and guilt, these people wronged you. These teachings, they wronged you. They wronged you so badly. They took life is short, and they took a lot of it from you.
Falls under it, and this is so common. I mean, find me a person who's safe from this in this day and age. Find me a boy or a girl that's a Muslim that goes to your college or school that has never even at least lips the guy. It's rare. I'm not saying there's none, but it's rare.
Wait, what are we talking about?
That all falls under it, and this is so common. I mean, find me a person who's safe from this in this day and age. Find me a boy or a girl that's a Muslim that goes to your college or school that has never even at least lips the guy. It's rare. I'm not saying there's none, but it's rare.
We got a super chat from Marco. Marco is saying they need to understand that they are free and they need to get laid a lot, and inshallah. No, inshallah iblis.
So these people are actually saying, removing the protection.
Look, Luke is saying religion has damaged sex for me so much. Yeah. And thank you so much for the super chat, Marco. Yes, thank you, AGA. Thank you, AGA, for thanking Luke. And also thank you, Soha, for thanking. No, thank you, AGA, for thanking Marco and also Soha. Thank you.
From them and from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, between them and the evil spirits. Hatta, do you know that this is something that even the people who are married couples who are actually having sexual intercourse in a halal way, they're not free from? The Prophet ﷺ taught us a dua that we should make when a husband and a wife are going to engage in sexual intercourse. Allahumma jannibna shaytan wa jannibna ma razaqtana. Allahumma jannibna shaytan wa jannibna shaytana mimma razaqtana. Oh Allah, protect us from shaitan and protect that which you
Shaitan means like the devil, okay? So for people who don't know.
provide for us from shaitan, meaning our child. If we have this sexual intercourse, if we have a child, protect not only us, protect the child. Imam Mujahid rahimahullah, who was a student of the companions, he mentioned something powerful. He took from this, he said, look, why is the married couple being told, oh Allah, protect us from shaitan at the time of sex and protect the child? We understand protect the child because that's the time that you might conceive a child. So shaitan wants to try and get to the child straight from the beginning, straight from conception. So you say, Allah, protect this child from conception. But what about you and your wife? Why is it that you need to seek protection from shaitan at that time? He said, this hadith is an evidence to show that shaitan or an evil jinn, the shayateen, remember there's the one main shaitan, which is Iblis, then there's the shayateen, which are the evil jinn, basically. Yeah.
The minions. All right, so the way it works is that you have the Iblis is the main shaitan. Okay, so again, these are the closest translation, okay? The closest translation, okay? I know it's not the same. Think of jinns as demons, and you have good demons and bad demons. So you have good jinns and bad jinns. Think of shayateen as devils, right? And basically, it could be said that the bad jinns or the bad demons are devils, like especially the ones who are allied with the main devil, or Lucifer, or what they call Iblis, right? So you have jinns, and then you have shayateen, which is the devils, and then you have the main devil, the main devil at the top, which is Iblis or Lucifer, right? So I'm just translating to create. So think about it as like a circle within a circle, right? So you have the biggest circle, which is the jinns, and within that circle, so that's good demons, good jinns, and bad jinns. And within that circle, we have a subcategory, which is the shayateen, and the shayateens are like the devils, and they're all bad, and they're all like in the army of the main devil or the main shaitan, which is Iblis. Iblis is the name of the head guy, the guy that is in charge of all these minions, which is like kind of like Lucifer. No, devil, I don't think is no. I think devil, devil. No. That's not. So demon is the closest translation to jinn. No, I don't agree with this one. I think the closest translation to Iblis is Lucifer, because devil, we have multiple devils in it was shayateen, right? Iblis is just one dude. But devil is like a whole bunch of, there's many devils. That's why it's not shaitan, it's shayateen. So Iblis would be closest translation to Iblis would be Lucifer. It's the name of one guy. Yes. No, the devil would be Lucifer. Yes. The devil would be Lucifer or Iblis. So devil with the capital D would be Lucifer or Iblis. But devil with the lower case D would be just devils, which is shayateen. No, you're saying only one devil. No, it's called in Islam. This is shayateen. So there's devils. Maybe in Christianity there's one devil, but there's in Islam there's devils. Yeah, Satan is just another name for that one guy, for Lucifer, or
The shayateen, they can be present at the time of you being intimate.
Yeah, the problem is that in the devil in Christianity is just like one devil, but in Arabic in the Quran we say shayateen. So we don't say shaitan, we say shayateen. So there's not just one so the best translation for the shaitan is the devil, but there's the plural for shaitan is shayateen. So it's devils. Hey,
with your wife.
Deborah, I'm right? Like, do you agree? Is this what you learn as well?
They're there.
What?
Because remember, they're perverts, they're sick, they're filthy, they're evil devils. They love filth. So they would love to see, two people, they want to invade your privacy and just watch you have sex for them. It's like the same way a human wants to watch porn, right? A human might want to watch another a couple having sex, the same way they want to do that. And sometimes, he said, Imam Mujahid, the shaitan will get involved. He'll get involved in the sexual intercourse. He would be doing.
Okay, if any devils who is okay, I'm putting this out there, okay? Any shaitan that is a girl and it's also hot, if they want to join in and have a threesome when I'm having sex, they're free to do so, okay? Open invitation.
Doing things to your wife, who'll be doing things to your husband at the time. So the way to protect yourself is to say, Allahumma jannibna shaitan wa jannibna shaitana mimma razaqtana. Oh Allah, safeguard and protect us from shaitan, and safeguard and protect that which you provide for us if it's a child from shaitan as well. Now that's the case for a married couple. Now, of course, if you read that,
yeah, married couple, it's okay. If you want to spice up your relationship with a threesome, invite a sexy jinn.
you're good. When do you read it? Imam Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah said you can read it before you even take your clothes off. You can read it at the time when you're naked. You can read it just before you enter into your spouse. The point is that you read it before you do intimacy. Okay? Now, if that's the case with a married couple, shaitan is coming to them when they are in halal. Then what about if you're not even married and you're just watching porn? You're asking for shaitan to jump on you.
Yeah, I am openly asking.
You're asking shaitan to violate you.
Yes.
You're asking him to possess you. Wallahi, billahi, wa tallahi. I used to know a friend when I was in Jahiliyyah, and he told me that when there was a particular woman, he would go and he would do zina with her. And at the time of zina, he would say that when we were basically about to finish the act and when they both would reach to ejaculation, he said, I would feel a demon enter me. I would feel something overcome me. And we used to just think, what's this guy on? Because we were jahil, listening to these stories or whatever have you. And he used to say it. And then I remember, wallahi, I'm not kidding you, in that same gathering when I was listening to these guys, another one of my friends, from my friend's circle said, the same thing happens to me. So I was like, what? This is common. You man are just getting possessed. And then he mentioned this happens to other people that I know. So I was like, whoa, you guys actually experiencing. He's like, you feel this energy of something else there, something else enter you.
I feel the energy of something else enter me up my butt.
Because sometimes he goes, one of them said, I will do with a woman, and she starts like basically reacting like there's a demon inside of her. So I'm like, right, this is common amongst you people, and you're
What the hell are you talking about?
still doing it. Life, brothers and sisters, is something you want to save yourself from, because that shaitan could destroy your life. And ultimately, the shaitan.
Look what he considers evidence. Some people said something, and then some other people said something similar. Must be true.
Shaitan wants to lead you to kufr. So if it possesses you, it wants to stop you from praying. It wants to from this until you leave Islam. So it will try to take you away from your dunya and your akhirah. Protect yourself, wallahi. My sisters, some of you, wallahi, you're disobeying Allah by not covering yourself. You're disobeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by not covering yourself, by not wearing the jilbab or the niqab. If you believe
The niqab, like he's saying, like you have to cover your face as well, or you could be attacked by demons, by jinns. Jesus Christ, see? Blaming the victim again. Whoa, Harris Sultan is here. Boom. Look at how he enters. Wow. So, guys, we have Harris Sultan in the house.
the niqab is obligatory, then wear that. And if you believe jilbab is obligatory, wear that. The jilbab is the item of clothing which, it covers you from here. It's like the hijab garment that you wear on the head.
Guys, make sure you subscribe to Harris Sultan's YouTube channel, okay? Harris Sultan is doing some really good videos covering Islam And I also downloaded his video recently. He covered some Hindu scripture, some ridiculous Hindu scripture. So I downloaded that to watch that later. So go check that out. It must be good. Okay. So search for Harris Sultan's YouTube channel, Islam, Pakistan, and now Hinduism as well. So go check that out.
It covers your chest, goes down, and it's very and the undergarment that you wear underneath. When I say undergarment, I mean underneath the hijab, the what you would call the abaya, but it's not an abaya. It's a jabab because it's more loose, it's more baggy. That is what you have to wear. Every woman has to wear that because Allah said that in the Quran, Surah Al-Ahzab. Allah used the word jilbab. That's the minimum that a woman has to wear. The abaya, which is tight, it's not correct. Wallahi, it's not. The hijab,
Wallahi, it's not correct. I can see your curves, and if I can see your curves, the Jinn could see your curve, and if the Jinn could see your curve, you're asking for it. You're asking for it. So don't blame anybody else but yourself. This guy is blaming the victim to a supernatural level.
and then we've got various alterations. We've got the hijab with this hanging out, that hanging out, the hijab with the neck showing, the back showing, the turban, and then some of you are maybe even wearing the jilbab, but you're wearing makeup. Two things are happening here. Number one, you're disobeying Allah, so the protection of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not as strong for you as it would be for someone who's obeying Allah. Number two, you're actually attracting the evil jinn, the evil shaitan, to fall in love with you. The same way when you walk down the street and a guy is looking at you, he might try to approach you. He won't try and rape you though, would he? But the shaitan, it's easy for the shaitan to try that. You know why? Because you can't see it, so he can just touch you and you won't even know. It could be playing with you. It could be trying to rape you. Come to you at night, and how many times have I...
How could you touch them back? How can you touch them back? That's what I want to know.
Wallahi, I'm going to put it out there and I'm going to say something.
I mean, you could return the favor.
That'll shock you. The majority of sisters who are watching here, if I was to read Quran on you, or a person who knows Ruqya was to read Quran on you, the majority of you, meaning more than 50%, are possessed or have a jinn that's bugging you.
What? Are you seriously saying that?
The person who knows Ruqya was to read Quran on you, the majority of you, meaning more than 50%, are possessed.
More than 50% of us are possessed. I really hope my Jen. Where's my Jen? Are you hot? Are you girl? I hope so, guys.
Or have a jinn that's bugging you. Majority.
No.
I'm being serious. Maybe you just don't know. Come, let me read Quran on you. Find someone to read Quran on you, and see how you react. This is real. It's not a small problem. This is big. This is common. Wallahi, it's common. By the way, please, I beg you guys, at the end of this video, make sure you send this video to so many people. I really want you guys to listen and watch this video. I want to spread this video. I don't ask this much because I don't call for people to view me or watch my stuff. But this video, please spread it like wildfire so people can just take this in, inshallah.
Look at how serious he is.
Come, you will find that there are problems. More than 50%. Telling you, it's shocking.
More than 50. So shocking. Just trust this guy. Look, he thinks like, people watching this, people like, oh my God. People actually take this guy seriously. They're like, he's like, I'm shocking. And people watching like, he said it, it must be true. Look at the likes. Look, 13,000 people like this. So 13,000 people watch this, and he said more than 50% of you are possessed, and it must be true because he says it.
Now, what about the sister who's not even wearing the hijab? She's not even wearing enough.
Oh my God, guys, think about this. So he's saying the women who are wearing the hijab, they're covering their hair, they're wearing the niqab, but their body, what they're covering their body with is tight. Even those women, like face covered, hair covered, everything covered, but the body is like a bit tight, so you can see the curves. They're inviting the shaitan. They're asking for it. They're asking to be struggled. Okay? So imagine a woman who are not even wearing the hijab. Oh my God, mind blown. It's like this is not this guy.
Telling you, shocking.
Shocking.
Now, what about the sister who's not even wearing the hijab? She's not even wearing nothing. But the one who not only that, but she wears tight clothes, revealing clothes. Then she puts perfume on herself, but the Prophet said, don't do.
Perfume? You come on. If you put perfume on, do you even get to complain? Do you even get to complain? You put perfume on, and then you get ard. Come on, you're asking for perfume. I mean, you can't even blame. Like, come on.
If any woman who wears perfume and she wants to allure the men, or the men to smell her, then she is a fornicatress.
What the hell was that word? Fornicatress? If you put perfume on, you're a fornicate. What is that word?
If any woman who wears perfume and she wants to allure the men, or the men to smell her, then she is a fornicatress.
Fornicatress? Is that a word? Hey, wow, Atheist from Japan. Then wait, hey, what? Okay, thank you so much. What? That's 100 something. Is that like a Japanese currency? Looks a lot like Indian currency. But thank you so much for the super chat, Atheist from Japan. Oh, here's the word, fornicatress. I didn't know that's a word. Sounds really bad. Then you put some perfume on. I'm that now. Whatever that word is.
And then on top of that, she listens to music, and then the guy listens to music, and then
on top of that, she listens to music, and the guy listens to music. Oh no! They put perfume on and listen to music. Oh no! Oh, wait, is that what he really said? This can't be serious. Come on, this guy must be an ex-Muslim pretending.
if she wants to allure the men, or the men to smell her, then she is a fornicatress. And then on top of that, she listens to music, and then the guy listens to music, and then
No, come on. Are you serious? They put perfume on, and on top of that, she listens to music, and the guy listens to music. Oh, no, come on. This cannot be serious.
or the men to smell her, then she is a fornicatress.
Oh my God.
And then on top of that, she listens to music, and then the guy listens to music, and then they both go to the club, and they both drink music. What's music?
The music. Okay, the music.
Music is the sound of shaitan.
Music is the sound of shaitan. Guys, every single half minute of this video is like pure comedy. Music is the sound of shaitan. Actually, music sounds a lot. That's like a huge endorsement to music. That sounds pretty epic. There needs to be a metal band. I mean, I don't like metal, but I would like it if it was called The Sound of Shaitan. There needs to be a metal band called The Sound of Shaitan. The Sound of Shaitan. Is it a band named The Sound of Shaitan? That sounds pretty epic, actually. That's pretty cool. Somebody trademarked that. The Sound of Shaitan. Music, guys, these people are actually anti-music. They're anti-fun. They're anti-pleasure. They're anti-music. They don't like music. They think music is evil. They think music is devilish. Like shaitan means devil. Satan. Shaitan means Satan. They think music is the sound of Satan. I mean, again, that sounds pretty epic from our perspective, but from their perspective, they're anti-music. Again, this is not us. Just look at this. This video got like almost 800,000 views, 13,000 likes. The vast majority of the audience like this. This is like, again, this is a large portion of mainstream Islam. And they're saying music is the sound of shaitan. Yeah, shaitan rocks. Yeah. I mean, thank you. Thank you, shaitan. I mean, this is a huge endorsement of shaitan. Like, what did Allah give you? Allah gave you Allah endorsed having sex with 9-year-olds and taking sex slaves in war. That's what Allah gives you. What does shaitan give you? Shaitan gives you music. Music comes from shaitan. Whose side would you be on? I love her. I pick Shaitan. I choose Shaitan.
وَافْسِزْ مَنِ اسْتَطَعْتَ مِنْهُمْ بِصَوْتِكَ. Allah said, go and go and terrorize with your voice whoever you want, Shaitan. Allah says, Allah
Terrorized with music. These people are terrorized by music.
told Iblis.
These people, again, I can't say what I want to say. I cannot say what I want to say. You two, why are you doing this to me? Imagine what their ideology is responsible for, and yet they have the audacity to say that they're terrorized by music. Music.
The main devil. What is the salt of Shaitan here? What did the Sahaba explain this ayah? Abdullah ibn Abbas, Tarjuman al-Quran, the one who explained the Quran, the companion of the Prophet, the cousin of the Prophet. What did he say? He said, the salt of Shaitan, the voice of Shaitan here is music. So you guys, Allah said, وَافْسَزْ مَنِ اسْتَطَعْتَ مِنْهُمْ بِصَوْتِكَ. With your voice, go and terrorize who you want. Meaning with the music, go and do that. So you guys are there, listen to your music, listen to this song, listen to that song. Then you're not praying. You got boyfriend, you got girlfriend. You're smoking weed, drinking alcohol. Going clubbing, doing this, doing that. Wallahi, you are asking for yourself to get mashed up in this life.
Guys, this is like blaming the victim on a whole way more disgusting level than karma. You know how I blame karma for blaming the victim? This is way worse.
And then what's waiting? And by the way, what you think getting possessed by a jinn is bad? Yeah, it's peak, but there's nothing compared to the punishment for these sins in the next life. That should be more scary for you to want to change, not a video like this. So
But you know that people, you know why you're scaring people with jinn snuggle struggles? Because you know that most Muslims do not take hell seriously because it's not real. It's not real, and it's hard for people to relate to an afterlife somewhere else. That's why you have to scare them with stuff in this world and stuff that some other people have genuinely experienced, and you just want to associate it with not something Islamic because that scare tactic works better because there's something real and tangible that you could point to and be like, oh, look, these people are experiencing that. You could experience that. That's why we, like, out of a 34-minute video, we're 22 minutes in, and you're telling people to not do sinful things, mostly because of jinns coming at you at night, and not because of burning in hell, not because of the fires of hell, because you know your audience, and you know if you made a video scaring people about hellfire, it wouldn't have gotten this many views.
My beloved brothers and sisters, please stop sinning, wallahi.
Stop sinning, wallahi.
Just the salah, wallahi. A person who's not praying is just asking for it. Forget everything that I've just said. Forget everything. Forget.
Well, we got a super chat, $5 super chat by Chris. Thank you so much, Chris. Is saying hashtag sexy shaitan. We should make a sexy shaitan. Yes. Or sexy iblis. No, sexy shaitan, because shaitans could be girls as well.
Forget fornicating, forget alcohol, forget all that. Drugs, wallahi, is a big.
Thank you so much for the super chat. And thank you, AGA, for thanking Chris for doing a super chat. And also Soha.
Connection between drugs and jinn possession. Forget all that. Praying. If you're not praying, that's it. Not only that, number one, it's kufr. And a person it's a direct ticket to the hellfire. مَا سَلَقَكُمْ فِي سَقَرٍ. What has brought you to the hellfire? Allah said that they will ask on the day of judgment. They will say, لَمْ نَكُ مِنَ الْمُصَلِّينَ. We never used to pray. Yeah, you go to hellfire for not praying. That's it. It's kufr. For eternity, a person's in there.
Eternity. That's us, guys. That's us.
Sadly, people don't fear hellfire. So they're like, whatever have you. Okay, but at least be scared of this then. Let this be a means for you to come closer to Allah, your iman to go up, and then for you to start fearing hellfire. At least be scared. If you are not praying, wallahi, you're asking shaitan to take you. So anyway, that was an introduction.
Wait, are you going to talk about jinns more? Because I'm not interested in your bull crap about hellfire.
To this. And I want you guys to watch another video that I've got. It's quite a common video.
All right, has anybody watched this before? Is he going to talk about jinns more? Because I want to talk to you more about jinns If he's not going to talk about jinns, I'm going to skip the rest of this.
And just generally other sins. If you are living in shared accommodation,
Oh,
people, they're like, I feel something on me and it won't get off. So read this, the thing will leave straight away, inshallah ta'ala.
No.
When he realizes, or when it realizes that you are actually responding by increasing in your servitude, in your slavery, in your submission, in your ibadah to Allah, it will then start to back off because it will realize, right, it's not working for me.
All right, I don't know. Somebody tell me if later if it's worth watching the rest of this video. I want to tell you guys about jinns because, so according to the Quran, what surah is this? This is Surah 55, Ayah 14, okay, of the Quran, and it tells you that jinns, we are made out of clay, okay. And jinns are made out of a smokeless flame. So, okay, and the way I understand that, if anybody ex-Muslims in the live chat, tell me if this is what you understood as well from your Islamic studies. The way I understand it is that there's only 3 self-aware beings made by Allah: humans, angels, and jinns. Okay, and so humans are made out of dust or out of clay, okay, and jinns, according to Quran, are made out of fire, a smokeless fire, and angels are made out of light. So it's light, fire, and clay, okay. And jinn is kind of like a species of beings, okay. So kind of think like angels as like elves and humans as humans and jinns as like orcs or something like that, right? So jinn is like a huge category of beings. So it's not like Christianity which the devil, like Iblis or Lucifer or the devil, the main devil, he was a jinn. He was from this species. So it's kind of like, it's not like Christianity where the devil is like a fallen angel, because angels are not made out of flame. Angels are made out of light. So the species that the devil the species that the devil is not, he's not an angel. Okay. So, but to make it more relatable to Christianity, what happened is that I've seen some Muslims saying that even though the devil was not an angel, he was before he fell from grace, before he started disobeying Allah for not bowing to Adam, he was such a good jinn. He was such a good he was very obedient. He was like a top general, the best worshiper of Allah, and his ego was getting so high, right? But he was so good and it was so high that he got to the ranks of better than many angels. So he was kind of like angel, even though he was not an angel. He was so good that he outranked angels. That's what happened. Okay. Marco is saying, stop being hateful and start having sex. It's one of those things that can really help to make you a happy person. Marcos giving us sex advice with a super chat. €5 super chat by Marco. Thank you so much, Marco. Thank you. Marco, you're spending too much on super chats. You're spending so much money. You better be rich or you shouldn't be spending this much on super chats. But I really appreciate. Thank you so much for your help. Okay, so that's the Quran. Again, this is based on the Quran. It's not even hadith. Okay, so this is like, you can't question this. You can't question the fact that this is Islamic. Okay, and let me see what else the Quran. Again, this is Quran, Surah 7, Ayah 27, saying, "All children of Adam, let not Satan." Okay, so let's look at this. Before the ayah that I said before, jinn, you can see that. Yeah, this is jinn right here. Men nar is like fire, right? Men means from fire. Okay, but here's an interesting Satan. Okay, so if you see Satan, it's shaitan right here. It's shaitan in singular. So when the shaitan is singular, it's the shaitan, right? So this is like shaitan, like the main guy, the Lucifer guy, right? The Iblis guy. O children of Adam, let not shaitan tempt you as he removed your parents from paradise. So parents, this is referring to Adam and Eve. So it was shaitan who made Adam and Eve leave paradise, right? Stripping them from their clothing to show them their private parts. Indeed, he sees you, he and his tribe. Oh, here's it, his tribe. Okay, so we're now talking about his people, his tribe from where you do not see them. Indeed, we have made the devils, you can see the devils is plural here, okay, allies to those who do not believe. So now this is us. We who do not believe, we are apparently allies to the devils. And these devils are the tribe that Satan belongs to. So let's look at the terminology, right? So if you look at the devils, it doesn't refer to jinns. When you look at the devils, it refers in Arabic to shayateen. So when you look at Satan, it refers to shaitan, but the devils is shayateen, right? So when it's singular, it refers to Lucifer or Iblis. It's basically that guy. But when it's not singular, when it's plural, is referring to the tribe that Satan belongs to. But nowhere do you see jinn here, right? So people are like, what's the relationship between jinns and devils, right? And the interesting thing is, because there's no here, you could see a full condemnation of the devils. Like, these are bad people, right? But jinns, the Quran never talks badly about jinns as a whole this much, like this, because the devils are of the jinn species, but the devils are all bad, but not all jinns are bad. Do you understand? So the devils are the jinns who are evil, because they are loyal to Satan. So shayateen are the jinns who are evil, but not all jinns are evil. The way I learned about this in school was that humans and jinns, they both have good people and bad people. Angels, they don't have bad people, because angels, even though they're self-aware, they don't have free will. So they have no choice but to do the Allah's command. So they don't really have good or bad, right? So they don't have free will. But so from among the three conscious beings, being angels, jinns, and humans, only two of them has free will. And that because those two have free will, only those two have the potential of going to heaven and hell. The angels, because they don't have free will, they're kind of like, like slaves of Allah. I mean, technically, they're all slaves. So everybody is a slave of Allah in their ideology. But because the angels don't have any choice, they can't get punished or rewarded for their actions, right? I should say the blue guy from Aladdin is chill. Yeah, that's an example of one of the good jinns, I think. Actually, I don't know. I never see him. No, he's not, because I never saw Genie from Aladdin do the salat. So I never saw him do his 5. He wasn't Muslim because he never did his prayers. So no, he's gonna go to hell too. But again, see, when they were all being condemned, it wasn't referred. And again, we're these devils, these shayateen. They're our friends. Look, see, they're allies with those who do not believe. They're talking about us, guys. This is us. So these devils are our allies. All right, let's look at this one. This is again another Quranic verse, Surah 51, Ayah 56. It's saying, "Oh, and I did not create the jinn and mankind except to worship me." So you can see that both jinn and mankind, their entire purpose of creating mankind and jinn was the worship of Allah. That means there are jinns. So now you can see that here, this is jinn, right? This is jinn. Now, when we're talking about jinn, we're not talking about them all being evil, because some of them actually do end up worshiping Allah, right? So let's look at here. Is this jinn or shayateen? Oh, this is jinn, okay? Again, this is another Quranic verse, Surah 18, Ayah 50, is saying, and mention when we said to the angels, prostrate to Adam, and they prostrated except for Iblis. Okay, so this is weird a little bit because this was a message to the angels, but then it says except for Iblis. But we know Iblis was, it says Iblis was a devil, and the devils are jinns. So there's a lot of quote unquote scholarly Islamic work on try to explain, because there seems like a contradiction here, right? Because it seems like it's saying we told the angels to prostrate to Adam, and they all did except for Iblis. This kind of suggests like, wait, Iblis was part of the angels? So, and he's not supposed to be part of the angels. Iblis is like Lucifer, right? So I've seen a lot of a lot of Islamic so-called scholars try to figure out to explain this, and the explanation that they come up with is what I told you earlier, that Iblis is probably he was so good that he raised to the rank of angels, even though he wasn't an angel. Okay. Oh, look, he actually hears it. He was of the jinn and departed from the command of his Lord. Okay, so he was of the jinn. But this again, if he was of the jinn, then why is he saying we said to the angels and they said they all did except for Iblis? This seems like a kind of like confused. Like is there like, is the Venn diagram of angels and jinns, does it collide in any, like, does it, they're supposed to be mutually exclusive, right? They're supposed to be completely separate. But he's of the jinn, and yet you said except from Iblis. Maybe the Arabic. Soha, help me with the Arabic here. Let me see. This is the angels. This is mean they did sujood. Allah Iblis, right? Except from except Iblis. So it kind of here suggests that Iblis was an angel, but he wasn't. He was a jinn. So kind of maybe bad wording from the Quran. Oh yeah, so he is exactly. So Deborah is saying, but Deborah, this is exactly what I learned as well. He was the best of jinns, so Allah rewarded him and put him with the angels. Exact. That's what I learned as well. Again, this is not something that you see, but that's the explanation for this verse. So how could he be, that he was like, he wasn't an angels, but he was so good that he was like, just got, yeah, except, yeah, Soha is confirming. The Arabic is being translated accurately here, except Iblis. So he was treated like an angel, even though he wasn't. Before he went wrong, he went back. Wow, got another super chat from Marco. You should study more about Islam. It's so great. No. I'm doing this so you don't have to. Thank you so much for Marco for the €2 super chat. Thank you. No, your earlier advice was better. Your sex advice was better. Okay. Let's look at this Quranic verse. This is Quran Surah 72, Ayah 1. Okay, and actually, I think we're gonna. Oh yeah, it has been revealed. Say, O Muhammad, it has been revealed to me that a group of jinn listened and said, "Indeed, we have heard an amazing Quran." Okay, so this is a confirmation from the Quran itself that some jinns, and if you keep reading and go on reading, they were convinced by the Quran, so they turned Muslim, right? So we have Muslim jinns that Muhammad was reading the Quran and they started creeping around Muhammad because they were fascinated with the Quran and they found it amazing, and a lot of them turned Muslim. Okay, so this is a confirmation. When you use the word jinn instead of shayateen, you're not necessarily, the Quran necessarily is not saying that they're evil, because you could see some of them were listening to the Quran and loved the Quran, and a lot of them were convinced by it and became Muslim. Okay, so this is, if you keep reading, you can see that some of them converted, they converted to Islam and accepted Muhammad's message, right? So this is, see, again, this is something that is a bit consistent in the Quran. When you use jinn, you're not necessarily saying that they're evil, but you are saying just because Iblis or Lucifer was of the jinn, that doesn't mean that all the jinns were evil. Some of them were Muslim, according to Quran. Okay, So let's look at some interesting. My God, Marco is using his super chats to slide into some other people here's DMs. Marco sent €2 super chat to send Deborah a message. The Marco is saying, tell Deborah to contact me on email. She's pretty. Wow. Okay. Very smooth, Marco. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Deborah saying, oh my God. All right. All right. Thank you for the guys. If you want to send me super chats to to hit on each other in the live chat, feel free to do so. Okay. But yeah, I don't know if Deborah, only if Deborah is okay. Fatima is laughing. All right, good. At least we get some entertainment. Okay, so here's some hadiths on jinns. Okay, narrated by, I don't care about who's been narrated by, but is this okay? So this is pretty good hadith when it comes to like hadith, the hadiths that are highly up there, but it's not as good as Bukhari or Muslim. Okay, so it's not as authoritative as Sahih Muslim or Bukhari, but it's high enough up there for us to take it a bit seriously, even though we cannot say 100% is Islamic canon. So take this with a grain of salt. But let's look at it. It says the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi said, these privies, so these toilets, are frequented by the jinns and devils. So when you're in toilet, just remember that that's their favorite spot. The jinns, there's jinns around toilets, okay? That's so when anyone amongst you goes there, he should say, I seek refuge in Allah from male and female devils. Okay, so it says devils. Let's see if the translation is correct. Does it say jinn or devils? Remember, all devils are from the... I'm not seeing jinn or devil. Where is this? What is this a translation of? As a... I don't know where this devil, what the word is being translated to use as devil. So I don't know. I don't understand. So maybe you could... Soa speaks Arabic, so maybe she could help me with that. But let's look at an actual authentic hadith, Sahih. By the way, Sahih means authentic. And again, Bukhari and Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim are second only to the Quran in authority. Okay? So this is my favorite hadith on jinns. Okay? Oh, by the way, Abu Huraira, I keep making this joke and nobody finds it funny, but I think it's funny. Okay, you guys tell me if this is funny or not. Nobody finds this funny except me. Abu Huraira, which is like responsible for like almost half the hadith, like look at this guy. Okay, Abu Huraira, who's responsible for like like a lot of the hadith. I think he's number one. Is he number one? Yeah, I think the second is Aisha for the hadith sources, and the number one I think is Abu Huraira. Am I correct in this? Yeah, Abu Huraira, his name is like father of a kitten. Abu means like father, and Huraira is like kitten. So his name is father of kitten, and the reason why his name is father of kitten is because he loved cats, right? And given that hadith is the main source of Islamic teaching more than the Quran itself, like most of the rules in Islam comes from the hadith, not from the Quran. And given that this dude is responsible for more hadith than anyone else, and given that this guy was so much into cats that they named him the father of kitten, maybe that's why Islam is so anti-dog. Maybe that's why dogs are not just in Islam, because this guy was on team cats. I keep saying, I know I'm not being serious. Okay? But I think that's funny that Islam, which is so anti-dog as Najis, the main source of its teaching comes from this guy that was a fan of cats. Is that a coincidence? I don't know. You see, Deborah think it's funny. Yeah, see? Cats are greater than dogs, according to Islam, confirmed. Exactly. We should see if all these hadiths are from... Yeah, we should see if the anti-dog hadiths are Yeah, yeah. So cat people, you should like Islam then. Well, that's a good analysis. Yeah, Coco is agreeing with me. Okay, guys, finally, you guys, somebody agrees with me. Again, I'm not being serious, but I think it's kind of funny. Yes, he saw thinks it's funny. Cat is cat conspiracy. Yes, cat is. All right, let's see. So, what is this hadith? This is the final hadith, and then we're gonna end this here. Okay. Narrated by Abu Huraira that once he was in the company of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi carrying a water pot for his ablution. Is that how you say it? Ablution. So washing basically yourself, and for cleaning his private parts. So you were trying to clean your genitals. You had water with you, right? While he was following him carrying it. Okay, so wait. So this guy was following Muhammad, and they had water with them, and they were going to go to take a dump, and they were bringing water with them so that they could wash themselves after they take it, wash their private parts when they take a dump. Okay. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi said, "Who is this?" He said, "What? This man's who is this?" He said, "I am Abu Huraira." The Prophet sallallahu alaihi said, "Bring me stones in order to clean my private part." Okay, this doesn't make any sense, guys. Have you ever cleaned yourself? Imagine like taking a dump and you just pooped, basically. Okay, you pooped and you need to wipe yourself, and then you ask for stones. I mean, how does that even feel like? I'm trying to imagine rubbing stones on your butt after you just took a dump. That could not feel very good. Like I don't understand. That's really like thank Shaitan for toilet paper. Is toilet paper a shaitanic thing? Because thank you. Matteo is saying, and I found it funny because we have team cats in Australia as well. Thank you so much, Matteo, for the 10 Australia. Matteo, you're also doing so many super chats. Too generous, guys. Thank you so much. But again, do not do this many super chats unless you're rich, okay, Matteo? I hope you're rich because you're doing too many super chats. I really appreciate that, though, okay? But if you're not rich, don't do so many super chats. Thank you so much for the support, Matteo. But that's funny. 3 stones. Yeah, Soha is confirming 3 stones. The Jewish Talmud speaks of stones also. Yeah, that's where they get it from. Bring me stones in order to clean my private parts. This is Muhammad speaking, okay? Muhammad is like, hey, I'm taking a dump. Give me some stones so I could wipe my ass. So this is hadith talking about Muhammad's poop, okay? This is authentic Islamic scripture talking about the Prophet of Islam wiping his ass with stones. You're welcome. But he continues, do not bring me any bones or animal dung. Why would anybody bring you animal dung? Do people wipe their butt to clean themselves from poop with other poop? Okay, guys, can somebody? I don't understand this. I have to check. Yeah. Am I really like? How does this work? Like, hey, bring me some stones to wipe my ass, but do not bring me any bones, and do not bring me animal poop. Do not make me wipe my poop with animal poop. Is that what? Like people? Okay. Whipping bum with what the f? Yeah, exactly. People are like maybe dried. Yeah, maybe dried poop. But imagine wiping your butt with dried poop. Kenny's like, I'm dying here laughing. Kill fire with fire, wipe poop with poop. Yeah, wiping poop with poop. Muhammad doesn't like to wipe his poop with other poop. I don't know. Okay, but that's not because he found it ironic to wipe poop with poop. Okay, that was not the issue. He has a very specific reason for why he didn't want to wipe his poop with poop. Okay, Abu Huraira went on narrating, and so I brought some stones, carrying them in the corner of my robe till I put them by his side and went away. So Muhammad, the Prophet of Islam, the Messenger of Allah, was taking dump, and this the father of kittens, took stones in his what? In the corner of his robe. He carried them in the corner of his robe, and while Muhammad was taking a dump, he just left the stones next to the Prophet of Allah, the messenger, the seal of the prophets, while taking a dump, handed some stones to him by the father of kittens, and make sure that it wasn't animal poop, okay? Dried animal poop, okay? Only in Islam, guys. Only in Islam. Okay. When he finished, okay, when Muhammad finished pooping, I walked with him and asked, what about the bone and the animal dog? So he was, okay, so like the father of kittens was wondering why the seal of the prophets did not want to wipe his butt with bone and animal dog. So that was in the mind of the father of kittens, okay? Guys, these are serious issues, okay? Do not, like, don't, I hope none of you is laughing, okay? This is some serious stuff, okay? As this is the religion, this is the seal of the prophets teaching you the most important thing, that this is life. Okay. He said, okay, did Muhammad respond? Like, Muhammad is telling you why he didn't want animal dung or bone, okay? Guys, this is the wisdom in Islamic teaching. This is the reason why Muhammad told you not to wipe your butt with animal bones or animal poop, okay? Because they are food of jinns. Because the jinns eat them. You have to leave them the food. If you wipe your butt with animal bones and animal poop, what would the jinns eat? That's their food. Don't wipe your ass with their food. How inconsiderate can you be? They can't eat animal poop when you made it unclean with human poop. I can't, come on. Guys, this is the reason. This is the wisdom of the prophet. They are of the food of the jinns. How sweet and kind of the prophet to be considerate of jinns who are going around and looking for animal dung and bones to eat. And you're like, can you not touch that? Can you be like, do you not care for the jinns? That's their food. This is, guys, I'm not joking. This is like, here's a reference, okay? And go, if you think this is not part of Islam, go look what Sahih Bukhari is. Go look at, this is Islamic canon, okay? This is the highest authority of Islamic teaching in Islam, second only to the Quran itself. This is mainstream Islam. This is as Islamic as things get. This is mainstream Sunni Islam. This is all four schools of Islam, Sunni Islam consider this as Islamic canon. Anybody who denies this has thrown out 90% of Islam. Anybody who wants to deny hadith is throwing away 4 of the 5 pillars of Islam. 4 of the 5 pillars of Islam do not come from the Quran, they come from the hadith. Islam would be unrecognizable without hadith. And this is the highest, most authentic source of Islamic hadith, Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim. And if you don't believe me, just go look this up. Here's all the references is here for you. This is as Islamic as Islam gets. And they're telling you not to wipe your ass with animal bones and animal poop because that's demon food. And you need to let the demons eat that. Do not taint their food with human poop. Do not taint animal poop with human poop so that the jinns could eat it. This is Islam, guys. So it's saying, have considerate of Muhammad caring for jinns. Yeah. Okay. Ew, why are you putting that image in my head? Maybe jinns are plants. My guess is that this guy didn't understand decay and just blamed it on the jinns. Yeah, let's continue. They are food. They are of the food of jinns. By the way, guys, this whole thing, this Bukhari, Sahih Bukhari, this hadith, Hadith is what a lot of Muslims just recently got offended because they're like, hadith is so sacred to us. We love the hadith. Do not disrespect the hadith. Go educate yourself about the hadith before you use it in your lingerie show, Rihanna. Oh, we're all so butthurt. Here, guys, I'm helping you educate yourself about the hadith. This is what you don't want them to disrespect. Do not disrespect the hadith. You don't have to disrespect the hadith. The hadith disrespects itself. They're like, oh, go educate yourself. Yeah, go educate yourself about the hadith so you know that the hadith does not help disrespecting. It does that job itself, okay? Yeah. The delegate of the jinns of the city of Nazibin came to me. I don't know what this is. And how nice those jinns were, and asked me for the remains of the human food. Okay, so another thing that the jinns eat is the remaining of your food. I invoked Allah for them that they would never pass by a bone or animal dung, but find food on them. Oh, wait, so basically Muhammad did them a favor and asked Allah to make them. Oh, okay, so before they were like, the jinns were starving. You're like, oh, can you please not finish that? I'm going to eat that. Those are basically your annoying friends that you go to a restaurant with and you're eating your food and they keep telling you, are you going to finish that? That's basically jinns. Jinns were doing that to Muhammad. So Muhammad was so annoyed with jinns coming to him and keep saying like, hey, are you going to finish that? Are you going to finish that? So you're like, man, this is annoying. These jinns are so hungry all the time. I know they ask me for my food. So you're like, Allah, can you just basically make bones and animal dung food for the jinn and make it like yummy to them? And Allah was like, okay, fine. So basically Muhammad invoked Allah to do this for them because he was basically annoyed by the jinns. Is that how you guys read it? That's how I'm reading it. Oh, wait, Susanna is here. How are you still alive? Well, this was like a big video. This is your fault. Hey, okay. Susanna is like, how you're still alive? You know why I'm still alive? Because this video was recommended to me by Susanna. And I ask everyone recommendations of video that are less than 15 minutes long. And Susanna sent me a video that she says I have to do. And look, it's double the size of the videos I usually review. Double the size. It's 34 minutes long. That's why we're still here, Susanna. This is why we're still here because you told me I have to do this video, and I'm like, okay, fine. And it's 34 minutes long, and we couldn't even finish it. We only managed to go 27 minutes in. It's your fault. Okay. By the way, guys, if you want to recommend videos, I did if you guys saw here. Let me show you guys. I did another recommendation. So people think I don't take your recommendation seriously, right? I do. Look. Where is this? There's another live stream coming. Oh, yeah, it was this one. No, was it this one? Oh, no, it was this one. Yeah, it's this one coming in 46 hours. I got this from the video recommendation. I think this one also I got from an article that was recommended. So in the Discord server, see, I go in our Discord server, which is linked in the description. And if you're watching this on Twitch, it's in the About section. Oh, yeah, see? Somebody, Neptune, recommended that I review this video. And I turned it into a live stream that's going to happen in 2 days. No, where was that? No, it's this. No, that's not it. It's this one. Yeah, I'm turning it into a live stream that's going to happen in 46 hours. So if you have video, I'm not going to do, oh, this one sounds interesting. Okay, I might do this one if it's short. Better be short. It's 3 minutes. It's too short. Might do it as well. But again, I keep scrolling here in our Discord. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do this one. Susanna recommended this one here. This better be short. This is by our own prophet. Yes, 11 minutes long. Okay, good. It's recent. It has a lot of views. We're biased towards doing videos of our prophet, so I'm going to review this one for sure. But yeah, come here. Oh, look, Susanna is here. And in our Discord server, you can see there are multiple channels, right? And the channel that is for you guys to recommend videos for me to do, you could post videos here or you could post articles, right? And I will just look at them. Yeah, so and I will see which one of them are worthy of doing a video review on. Okay. I'm sorry, Susanna. Sorry. Yes, I do. I do like spending time with you guys. Okay. Now we good with the long live stream. Oh, guys. Pyra is guessing the next live stream we're doing with Susanna. I found something interesting. Watch the Rage of Kelly on YouTube. She's sexy. Can't agree. I already watched that video, but that video, I love that. I already posted that video on Twitter and Facebook. I love that video. But if that's the video that I think you're talking about, that comes with music. And I would get a copyright strike if I share that. Oh, is this Coco? I think this is Coco. If I share that video, I'm going to get a copyright strike. But if I'm muted without a video, without a song, then it's not worth sharing. It's not going to be as good. If it's the video I think you're saying it is. Do some review of some Deepak Chopra videos. Deepak Chopra is so 10 years ago. Oh, I'll be sick for the next live stream. Oh, wait, how do you know? All right, guys, we're almost 2 hours long. By the way, I know somebody who's watching right now. I can't mention who it is, who's cutting videos out for us. He or she is doing a very good job. So I just wanted to know, even though I can't mention who they are for their own safety, I want to just do a shout out, even though it's not a shout out because I can't mention them, who they are. But I just want to say publicly that I'm so grateful to the great work that they're doing. You know who you are. I really appreciate the person that we hired to do the small segments of these live streams. So just say it in the live chat. Tell guys, maybe sometimes say, whoever you are, we're so grateful of you. Sorry that we can't mention your name publicly. It's a shame because you do so much great work. Okay, Deborah is in the yards. No, I'm not doing the shouting. Guys, if you complain about my shouting, I'm going to bring back the shouting. Okay? If you complain about it, I'm going to bring it back. Okay? If you say, it's so great that Armin is not shouting anymore, I'm going to start shouting again. Okay? So, right now, I'm just going to whisper. We just shifted to, I'm just going to switch to whispering. Okay? So, yeah, like this. Okay? Is this better? Is this better? Do you guys like this? Oh, we love this. Deborah's saying we love the shouting. Okay. I don't know what you guys want anymore. Some people like the shouting. Some people don't like the shouting. We have to get creative, though. We can't keep doing the same thing. We have to. Oh, this person is tired. Oh, you tired? If you complain, I'm gonna shout. Okay, so do not do that. Do not complain. I'm just gonna do whispers. Okay, guys, please. It really helps the channel. It really helps. I wouldn't be asking you to subscribe if it wasn't helpful. Okay, we really need it. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe and hit the notification bell. It doesn't. It's just half a second. You already watched 2 hours of this stream, so you must like this content. This must be very interesting to you. We're gonna have more content like this, so you might as well subscribe, okay? And hit the bell notification bell, because if you don't, you're not gonna know when we're going live. The subscribe button is not good enough. You have to hit subscribe and then hit the notification bell.